Vasily I Dmitriyevich was the Grand Prince of Moscow, heir of Dmitry Donskoy. He ruled as a Great Horde vassal between 1389 to 1395, and again in 1412 to 1425. The raid on the Volgan regions in 1395 by Mongol emir Timur resulted in a state of anarchy for the Golden Horde and the independence of Moscow. In 1412, Vasily reinstated himself as a vassal of the Horde. He had entered an alliance with the Grand Duchy of Lithuania in 1392 and married the only daughter of Vytautas the Great, Sophia. Though the alliance turned out to be fragile, and they waged war against each other in 1406 to 1408. Family and early life. Vasily was the oldest son of Dmitry Donskoy and Grand Princess Eudoxia, daughter of Grand Prince Dmitry Konstantinovich of Nizhny Novgorod. Reign. Vasily I continued the process of unification of the Russian lands in 1392. He annexed the principalities of Nizhny Novgorod and Murom. Nizhny Novgorod was given to Vasily by the Khan of the Golden Horde in exchange for the help Moscow had given against one of his rivals. In 1397 to 1398 Kaluga, Vologda, Veliki Ustyug and the lands of the Komi peoples were annexed. To prevent Russia from being attacked by the Golden Horde, Vasily I entered into an alliance with the Grand Duchy of Lithuania in 1392 and married Sophia of Lithuania, the only daughter of Vytautas the Great. The alliance turned out to be fragile, and they waged war against each other in 1406 to 1408. Mongol emir Timur raided the Slavic lands in 1395. He ruined the Volgan regions but did not penetrate as far as Moscow. Timur's raid was of service to the Russian princes. It damaged the Golden Horde, which for the next 12 years was in a state of anarchy. During the whole of this time no tribute was paid to the Khan, Oleg Moksiman, though vast sums of money were collected in the Moscow treasury for military purposes. In 1408 Edigu burnt Nizhny Novgorod, Gorodets, Rostov, and many other towns but failed to take Moscow, though he had still burnt it. In 1412, however, Basil found it necessary to pay the long-deferred visit of submission to the Horde. The growing influence of Moscow abroad was underlined by the fact that Vasily married his daughter Anna to Emperor John VIII Palaeologus of Byzantium. Domestic policy. During his reign, feudal land ownership kept growing. With the growth of princely authority in Moscow, the judicial powers of land owners were partially diminished and transferred to Vasily's deputies and heads of volosts. Russian chronicles speak of a monk Laz of the Serb, newly arrived from Serbia, inventing and building a clock on a tower in the Grand Prince's palace in Moscow behind the Annunciation Church at the request of Vasily I. In 1404, it was the first ever mechanical clock in Russia, and also the country's first public clock. It was among the first 10 such advanced clocks in Europe, and was regarded as a technical miracle at the time. Marriage and children. Vasily married Sophia of Lithuania, a daughter of Vytautas the Great, and his wife, Anna. They had 9 known children: Anna of Moscow, wife of John VIII Palaeologos; Yuri Vasilievich; Ivan Vasilievich, husband of a daughter of Ivan Vladimirovich of Pronsk; Anastasia Vasilievna, wife of Vladimir Alexander, Prince of Kiev, son of Vladimir Oljadovich; Daniel Vasilievich. Vasilisa Vasilievna married first Alexander Ivanovich Brakarty, Prince of Suzdal, and secondly his first cousin Alexander Danielovich Vzedmite, Prince of Suzdal. They were both 5th-generation descendants of Andrei II of Vladimir. Simeon Vasilievich. Maria Vasilievna married Yuri Patrikievich, son of Patrike, Prince of Starodub, and his wife Helena. The marriage solidified his role as a boyar attached to Moscow. Vasily II of Moscow